Welcome to the Love Strategy Podcast with Angela and Akila.
Welcome to the Love Strategy Podcast. I'm your host, Angela, and
Akila.
Today we have a very exciting topic. We're talking about hypergamy. But before we get into the subject, we would like to thank those of you who have been following us, watching us, listening to us. And for those of you who are new, welcome. Come aboard, join the family. Don't forget to subscribe, like our videos. We're on YouTube, comment, and subscribe to our podcast, right, Keila?
Yes, please do. We'd love to have you part of our family.
All righty, because it's all about love. We love helping individuals and couples navigate the relationships in their lives. So, we're talking about hypergamy. And what exactly, you want to tell them, Akila, what is hypergamy?
First of all, I think we have to make note to our attire today. We're styling and profiling.
That's right.
In our summer hats, our beach hats, even though it's October, the end of October, we're coming up on November, Thanksgiving time. But let me tell you, I am going to be a snowbird and be on somebody's beach.
And I'm going to be right with you, boo, because you know what? That's my kind of living.
Mine too. So, which leads us right into our topic, hypergamy.
Okay. And so hypergamy, what? It's when you, what, level up? What is it?
In a
What
sense,
is it?
yes.
What is
It is. So, it is when you date or marry someone of higher social, economic, or educational status.
Well, but I think it used to be. I mean, this is not a new phenomenon. This is something that has been going on almost since the beginning of time, right? Mm-hmm. Especially for women. Women have well, I don't want to say always, but women have done this quite a bit. And part of the reason was it used to be very challenging and difficult for women to, make the kind of money as men, and even to be employed outside the house. So I could see, back in the day, I'm talking about, quite some time back, why that was common for women, because I mean, pretty much that was the only way they could move up or come up, right? Unless they were born into a family.
Right. And that's not only financial, but status, which a lot of times back in the day were hand in hand. So let's say, and everybody who's listening, you actually have seen this in play. So this is not something that you don't know about. This is something you say, you may not know the word, but you've seen it over and over again. Think Disney movies. Any Disney movie, pretty much with a princess in it.
And that's the theme, and I think that's what gets people, right? Because it's what? It's a rich, nice, handsome guy, right?
Yep,
who comes to the rescue of a what?
A woman in distress. What is it? Damsel in distress.
A maiden, yeah. and that's her ticket, right? Mm-hmm. Well, but so I guess my question is, how common is it today? Is it something that is common today? And if so, how does society look at it? If you are a woman that, has the attitude and the belief that, hey, I definitely want to marry up. I want to marry someone who's at or above my level. How does society look at that today? Is it shame? Is there,
Well, I think so. Like I said, everybody knows the act. You just never realized that you didn't know knew the word. But today's society, I think, confuses hypergamy a lot of times because it's more of, people look at it as more of an economical leveling up. So a lot of people confuse it with gold digging. And that is not what it is. Gold digging is more when someone is searching for financial gain, period. Now, hypergamy, you're marrying someone. Yes, you're leveling up in today's society, since women are equally educated or more educated. Statistically speaking, we are more educated than a lot of men out there, and we make a lot of money now. It's not that we need a man to bring us up to their economical status or sometimes societal status or education status, but it's more of that we want that in our lives. We want it to complement what we already have in place, and we can level up together. But it's confused and it has a stigma with gold digging. So a lot of women don't like to have the stigma put on them that they're gold diggers, and they don't want to seem like they are needing a man, hence the independent woman
Well, let me say
syndrome.
that.
And then, which is fine to be independent. However, it's okay also to be taken care of.
Well, don't let that independent woman syndrome keep you, lock you out of finding a man, okay?
Stop blocking your blessings.
I'm
right?
telling you, because the way I see it, a gold digger, to me, okay, technically, what is the definition of a gold digger? To me, a gold digger is someone who is just taking, and not adding to it, right? But in a marriage, first of all, let me say, I don't think, ladies, there is anything wrong with marrying up. Marrying a man who either makes more money than you, has a higher social status, or whatever the case may be. I don't think it's a problem, because my attitude, again, what do I always say? I'm old school, and I am of the belief that men like to take care of women. I just think it's in their DNA. And when I say take care of them, let's be clear what I'm talking about. Again, I'm talking about in a partnership, in a relationship where both parties are contributing, okay? The man, his contribution may be financial, but the woman is also contributing in that she is soothing for his soul. She is doing things that just drive him, because again, being old school, I believe men thrive when they have a supportive, loving woman. That's what they need. That's just what drives them. So when we're talking about marrying up, as far as the woman is concerned, yeah, do it. But the man is also getting something in exchange, right? Mm-hmm. So that's why that's how I distinguish hypergamy from gold digging. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's a partnership. He may be working outside the home providing, but she's working in the home. She's using her God-given talents and gifts to make him feel like he's the man. He's it. You know what I mean? He's the man that God made him to be. And I'm going to tell you, as the mother of two grown men now, I know how important women are in a man's life. I mean, you look at it, if you see a man who is not connected somehow either to a girlfriend, a wife, a mother, a sister, or something, women, we can form social groups, right? And we can deal with other women. Men are not like that. They need a woman. They need somebody in their corner to I mean, really, that's what drives a man. And so you talk about hypergamy, let me tell you, I was definitely in camp hypergamy, because when I got married, I was like, you know what? No, I want a brother. I want a man who can provide for me, and any children that result from the relationship. Mm-hmm. I want a man who's saying, honey, I'm gonna do all that I can to make sure that you have, what you deserve. And so there's no shame in my game, but that sure is what I was going after, and thank God I got one.
Right. And and it's not only talking about, and we're not talking about you have to find a millionaire either.
Absolutely.
If you think about it,
Absolutely.
it's not that you're marrying up to millionaire status. It's not that you're marrying up to someone with 5,000 degrees. It's just marrying up. It's just marrying up from your status, whatever that may be. So if you have a degree, you might find, if you're looking for someone of a higher educational status, then you might look for someone that has a doctorate if you have a master's. Simple as that. If you don't have a degree, let's say you came out of a high school degree, but you have an associate's, or even if you don't have an associate's, you make your way a different way without having I can't think of it, secondary education. So you might find someone who has a bachelor's degree, or you both are entrepreneurs who don't have degrees, but yet maybe that entrepreneur, the guy, makes more than you, just a little bit. It's not that he has to be a millionaire. He doesn't even have to make six figures, but he does enough to provide for you and provide a lifestyle that you're looking for. So marrying up in that sense is just marrying up for a type of situation that you want to be in my opinion.
And then the question is, though, how common is that? Because I think, if we were to look at the science and look at not science, look at the statistics. Let me just say this. When women marry men who don't earn as much as they earn, that creates problems, or it can create problems in the marriage or the relationship, because a lot of times the man is feeling emasculated, and the woman may begin to resent him. And so I just think the natural, or, this may be old-fashioned, archaic, but I think, and it can work, don't get me wrong, it can work. You can have a higher earning woman marrying a man who doesn't make as much, but she's got to be cautious and careful of that male ego, because I think that could just create problems, and statistics bear that out. Women who earn more than a man, that increases your chances of the divorce.
And with that said, I think it's important to find a balance. So let's say, I don't know if anybody out there watches a show, I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but a show called Billions on Stars, I believe.
No, I'm not familiar with that, but talk to Billions, like in Billionaire.
It is. So it's about a hedge fund manager, but the particular characters that I'm going to speak of actually are, it's not the hedge fund manager.
It's all good. It's all good.
Goodness, long night last night with the baby. I'm not going out.
That's why we keep it real. Yeah, she's still a new mom. Okay.
So the man, he's the attorney general.
Okay.
Or no, he's not the attorney general. I think he's the district attorney, if I'm not mistaken. And his wife works at the hedge fund company for the hedge fund manager. Excuse me. And so she makes like so much money because he's a billionaire.
She makes. Oh, okay.
The hedge fund manager is
a billionaire.
He's a billionaire. Because he has a whole company.
Okay. So he's got banks.
So he's got banks. So he's a billionaire. So he's able to afford to pay his employees like crazy amounts of money. And her position within the company is so valuable. It's almost invaluable. So he just ups her salary over and over again. So she's making, they never really say, but she's definitely
making a significant amount of money.
Yes.
Now, is there a love interest there between the two?
No.
Oh, okay.
Surprisingly, no. But that does cause a rift in the show.
Okay.
But they're strictly friends. So she is making millions at this job. Now her husband, like I said, he's a public servant. So he does not make as much as her. So, but here's the balance. She brings the financial, and there's a little bit of rift. He has a little bit of,
I'm gonna have to start watching that, because on the show you're saying their relationship is working.
It's working, but
okay, what's the big but?
But there's the balance. So she brings the financial, he brings the social. status.
Oh, so he's well known.
Well known. He's the, like I said,
Okay.
he's the district attorney, I believe. Is it the district attorney?
Well, it depends on what jurisdiction. Or general attorney? Is it the general? So the general attorney is the attorney for the entire state. Mm-hmm. The district attorney is for a particular county or whatever.
He's over a southern region, a whole region.
So he's probably the attorney general, because I think I remember you telling me about the show. So he's probably the attorney general.
He might be the attorney general. I can't remember, but you have to watch the show. But the point is, he's a public servant, so he's not making what she's making.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably making a decent income,
making a decent income,
but it's nothing compared to what she's making in the hedge fund industry. Yeah,
and he is a trust fund baby, so it's not that his family doesn't have money, but he in this scenario is more of the social. He brings more of the social,
and so that's a benefit for her.
That's a benefit to her. She brings the finances. They both have finances. They're both contributing, but she has more finances, so she's able to cover some things. And so that's the balance. Now, even more so, if you go in the more granular there, they have some escapades that they do behind closed doors.
I want to hear about that. Now talk to me.
Involves dominatrix, but in a way, yes. In a way,
now see,
it helps with his balance that he needs. So I say all that to say.
But again, talk to me, because I'm thinking that's making my point. You say all that to say, because if they're into dominatrix,
but he's actually he's the submissive one.
Oh my goodness, this is
so. I say all that to say, somehow psychologically, they're creating a balance.
That sounds twisted, though, because
off balance in there. So, okay, we have gone off on a tangent, but so the point
we have. We're gonna get back on track. I've got to watch the show.
Yes, you have to watch the show. You have to check it out. Everybody should check it out. It's pretty good. I mean, it's a good watch. I like financial. I like the type of shows that make you think political and financial. I'm into those, so like House of Cards and stuff like that. But so you have to. My point is, you have to have a balance. So if one person is bringing something, someone else is bringing another thing. Okay. So it works out. So you're leveling up together ultimately.
Okay.
So you're with somebody at your level or above, whether it be social or educational or financial. That's hypergamy.
And now let me say this. I think if most women were honest, I think they would say that they want a man who makes at least what they make or more. Why? Because I know we are both educated professionally, professional women, and could stand our own, could hold our own. But I think it's just the feminine nature that we like to have the option of doing what comes natural to us, and I think nurturing ourselves, our spouses, our babies. I think that's just in our DNA. And I know for me, even though I am, college educated, I have advanced degrees, there's nothing more important and valuable to me, and nothing that I have enjoyed more than being a woman and just being a wife and taking care of my children and having the option of deciding if I really have to work or not. I mean, I have absolutely enjoyed my life and am grateful that I have been blessed with the option to stay home and parent my children if that's what I wanted to do, which it was, and I enjoyed it, and there's no shame in my game. And so I think most women, really, if they were honest, that's what they would want.
Yes, there was a poll out in 2020. Women were asked on a viral video. We won't get into the full video, but in the viral video, it was asked to them, would you prefer to have your bills paid or something that you don't have, let that be something that you don't have to worry about doing, working for, and living the hypergamous lifestyle. And so many women, thousands of women responded with, actually, yes, I would love to love to have the option
right.
of working, or have the option of working to pay a bill versus having to go out there and hustle to pay bills and take care of the household.
Right. And saying that, I'm not saying that if need be, I would not go out and make the money
Right.
and hold things down, because I would.
You can.
But when given the option, and let me say, that's something that I was looking for before I even got married. I wanted a man who was going to be able to take care of me and, like I said, any children that resulted from the relationship. And I thank God that I chose wisely. Again, my message to women is this: be deliberate in your choice of men. Look for a man that will do all that he can to provide for you and any children that result from that relationship. I mean, that was my mission. I was on a mission. I was like, I didn't want to marry a deadbeat. I didn't want to marry and when I say deadbeat, I mean a man who has no drive or ambition and who expects me to go out and work as hard as he does. That's foreign to me, ladies. I mean, that's foreign to me because, like I said, I think it's just in a man's DNA to want to take care, provide, and maintain for the woman. And when I say that, now, ladies, you got to do your part too. You got to be loving, you got to be sweet, and you got to nurture that relationship. You got to make your man feel like, bam,
let me cater to you.
Wait, how does it go? That's what I'm saying, ladies. So, I'm not saying that he busts his butt and he does all this and then you just, it rhymes with itch. Okay. Okay, ladies, but no shame in your game.
Yeah,
go for it.
You should definitely, have some expectancies when you're looking for a spouse, and it's okay to say what you're looking for, whether it be you want somebody in a certain social circle, if you want somebody with a certain educational background, if you want somebody with certain financial status, to complement. Because back in the day, like we were saying, there was a point where women needed that to level up, or their families needed that to bring their family to a certain status. So, Elizabeth was now a princess or a queen of England versus, just Elizabeth who worked on the farmstead.
Right.
Now her family is a noble family. So that was how it was. You needed that. But now we have our own. So it's not saying, like Angela said earlier, it's not that you can't do it. You can do it, baby girl. Anything you can do, we can do it better.
Absolutely.
So we can do it, but why?
Yeah.
If you don't
when you don't have to. That's right.
And so it's like, it's not that we need the upper status or the upper educational background now, or the financial status, because most likely we have it in some way, shape, or form. And even if you don't, even more reason for you to look for somebody to bring you up to that level, because when you're with them, birds of a feather. So if you're with somebody who is of higher economic or social or educational status, if you don't have that, that might bring you up.
Absolutely. It will. You're right.
Yeah. It will, push you to advance yourself. So it's nothing wrong with looking for someone, that will level up your life in some way, shape, or form, or either is at your status, I would say, or more, because if you're at each other's status, it's only up from here.
I know that's right. So, ladies, don't let this Miss Independent attitude keep you from getting the man that you want and that you desire. Okay?
Tap into that feminine energy, and
that's
he's
what
out
I'm
there.
saying. Let it flow. God made you this way for a reason. So use it, like she said, baby girl. Okay. This has been a fun, interesting topic, something that I just love talking about. And so we thank you all so much for joining us. on today's subject, and let us know your thoughts and comments. And if you have any questions, or if you have a situation that you are struggling with, or a dilemma in your life, reach out to us. Because as we said, we like to help individuals and couples, navigate relationships in their lives. And so if you have an issue, hey, we're here for you. Reach out to us, and we thank you so much.
Yeah, the holidays coming up, and I know a lot of you all, we speak a lot about in-laws, so we know that you're going to be around a lot of in-laws
with some in-law issues.
With some in-law issues. So if you see something that you might be facing, or you can just foresee an issue and you want to know how to navigate that, reach out to us. You can email us at thelovestrategypodcast@gmail.com, or you can at us on Instagram or Facebook at The Love Strategy, and at The Love Strategy Podcast, excuse me. And we also are available on YouTube. If you watch our video, make sure you subscribe to our podcast and our video, like our videos, write a comment. And not only if you need something, but also just to, up our engagement, because the more you do that, the more we are in front of someone else who might need our assistance.
Absolutely.
So,
and we appreciate you guys watching.
We do.
We really do. And we do this all with love. And again, our goal is to help individuals and couples navigate their relationships, because we believe in love and we know it can work. And a lot of times we just don't know how to make it work. And so that's what we're here for. We want to make it good, baby. We want to make your good thing better. Okay.
Right.
And so you know how we do it. Until next time, love, peace, and happiness. And
thank you for listening to the Love Strategy Podcast.
Deuces.